I'm Shark, your friendly neighborhood Minecraft YouTuber. In today's video, I will be showing you block palettes and how to make your builds look a lot better, so stay tuned. I wanted to show you guys that blocks of like the same color but that are just a little bit different or the same wood type can make a house look even better. It helps make dimension and it adds some sort of, I don't know, just whimsy to it, and it looks so amazing. I mean, just look at this. Of course, it's the back of the house, but even then, it looks really good. And as you can see on this house, the different dimensions just make the house look way better. As you can see, I have stripped birch logs, and I have birch planks, which altogether just goes very nice, specifically with the dark oak. And as you can see here with the dark oak, I have made shelves. The shelves just make it look even better. It gives it some depth and 3D effect. Also, as you can see here, we have buttons. And the buttons give it a small little detail as like texture. Yep, I know what I'm talking about, guys. Texture. I'm telling you right now. I'm not quite sure why the moss is missing from there, but we'll move on from that. But I do want to show you the inside because I also use block pallets for the floor. Now this block right here is actually part of a beehive, I believe. And then since it sort of matches in the same color palette as oak, that just makes a really good floor. Now you might be thinking, Shark, why do you have two beds with some trapdoors around it? It makes a couch. And of course this world doesn't have the cushions update because it hasn't come out yet for me. And this is also on my Switch, and I'm not quite sure if I want to update it because I like how it is. But as you can see, the blue kind of goes good with the color scheme in here currently, which is also part of a block palette. Since we have dark oak, we can use the blue because those two look very well together. Adding a little bit of white, a pop of some yellow in this picture, and boom, you're good. Now let's go upstairs because I have another thing to show you guys. Right here. Purple and blue mixed with some dark oak and some birch and regular oak. It looks amazing. And if you come in here, you can see I have moved all the blue upstairs as well, which also looks pretty good if I do say so myself. I am pretty biased though, because I did build this. But on top of that, we added more purple in, which we had the purple outside. Now onto this house. As you can come in here and see, we kind of went with more of a spruce, because the spruce, oak, and birch look well together. And since I have so much going on in here, I didn't feel the need to switch the floor up any. But I did add a lot of green. Also, this is my dog Ozzy. Isn't he cute? Sit, Ozzy, sit. See? We have this couch right here. I added a lot of white and green in this place because I feel like it looks really good with the spruce, which is also part of a block palette, or, as you can say, a color palette. As you can see in the kitchen, instead of going the green and white, I do white and black, which I personally think looks really good in a kitchen with spruce. Now upstairs you will see how I decorated. I added some purple because the purple looks good with green. Got a little bit of blue, tiniest bit of yellow with the flower up there, and it just looks all together very well. Also, that stupid car just drove by. How dare it drive by when I'm recording? Anyways, that is the restroom. That's why it has a water bucket on top. But if you come in here, this one's a little bit more boring. But I did stick with the green theme. I think the beds look good. I used the moss for the carpeting instead because it just goes better with the bed itself. Don't know how that happened. But yeah, of course I had to bring the purple in here yet again and put it in some picture frames, which it just looks well with the palette. And of course, look, we added the white, a little hint of white as I had downstairs. Now you may be thinking, Shark, what does a block palette have to do with me? A lot. Because as you can see here with my mushroom house, if I didn't have a block palette with the reds, there wouldn't be any dimension. As you can see, I have some darker red, some lighter red, and of course you have to add the white in there. But then you come down to the stem. which is, again, birch planks and stripped birch. But it looks good together, and if you add stairs, it gives it more dimension, and the dimension pulls it all together. Now, if the colors aren't right for you, you can switch it up. I have pale oak here, some dark oak, and a little bit of copper. And I think the copper, when it's blue, or if you say green, either way, looks really good all together, especially with hints of purple. And the inside is a little switched up because I put quartz instead, and then I put a little bit of, I believe this is gray terracotta. If it's not terracotta, it's concrete, but either way, in here, because all these colors together complement each other, and I will show you how colors complement each other soon. Okay, so I'm not saying that a block palette needs to be every single block that looks the same. No, it's blocks that also look really well together. As you can see here, I used some spruce. I absolutely love spruce, as you can, well, as you can tell, same with dark oak. But I did switch it up a bit. I used some black. I believe this is black stone brick. No, no, no. This is cobbled deep slate. Nope, nope. My brain's not working, guys. Give me a second. Yes, I did proceed to stand here and try to figure out what it was and actually not open up my inventory. But I did end up opening my inventory. It's deep slate tile stairs. I will see my way out now. Now, if whimsical isn't your style, then look over here. We have something a bit more modern for you. And this consists of jungle wood. I believe this is, I think this is white concrete. If not, well, my knowledge is absolutely terrible. And a lot of green leafage. And of course, frog lights. But if you can see here, this leafage looks amazing with this color. The inside, well, we're not gonna talk about that, okay? The inside is nobody's business. The inside is nobody's business. Oh, hi, Mr. Chicken. Okay. Anyways, well, this is my practice world. It's a flat world that I like to practice some of my house ideas on. And as you can see, I did a different block palette on this one than I usually do. I added some mossy stone bricks, some buttons, and regular stone bricks, which I think brings out a lot of dimension to it. And it just adds small little details. I actually could have done some cracked cobblestone in here, but I feel like it would just make the building a little bit older than it actually is, even though you can see I go crazy with vines, which it was for the vibe, okay? It was for the vibe. Now, as you can see here, since I had gray down here, I brought a little bit of gray up here with the white, specifically with the buttons, and I believe this is diorite. Yep, this is diorite. And of course, I cannot stray away from my spruce. It will always be in a build somehow, but it looks really good with some oak. And of course, some dark oak, which as you can see, the interior is a little lacking. But I did bring more white into the interior as well. Now, this is a building I wouldn't normally make. This is a small apartment complex with a lot of spruce, some brick, a little bit of pale oak, some mud, and some, I believe, mud bricks or mudstone bricks? I'm not 100% sure on that. Don't quote me. But I do think that I did a really good job mixing in the bricks with the mud. And, I mean, I can't really break up the brick too much like the actual red brick because there's no actual... I don't remember that happening. I don't remember that happening. Anyways, but yeah, there's no actual, stone that looks like brick without being brick. So I feel like I did as best as I could with my abilities, and this was one of those days where I built with blocks that I've never built with together before. I've now learned a lot. I do honestly like this block palette, and I think I should be using it again in the future. Now, as you can see right here, I added some cracked stone brick, mossy stone brick, and I feel like it made it look older and more discovered and taken over by nature. Now let's get into some funky block palettes. I love myself some crimson. I don't know how that got there. Some dark oak. Ooh, yup, with the stripped warp. Ooh, this looks amazing. Now, I want you to look at this. Would you normally build with this? No. Would you think of putting all these together? Probably not. Does it look good? Heck yes. Now, if I did a little bit of this here, over here, a little bit up here, this and right, right. But like that just looks amazing. I personally think that is ah, immaculate. Or it can be something simple, like some packed mud bricks, and jungle planks, which together you don't think would be too much. But if you just go, doesn't that just look really good together? The colors, perfection. They're close enough, but not the same. They're different blocks. They just together would make a build look amazing. And this could be a base for your house. This could be like, well, the base is in foundation. This could be, these are your walls. This is like, I don't know, the actual foundation. That could be the siding. I don't know. I don't care. It looks amazing together. Okay, so what if you're saying shark? How do I make it with this and that? Um, well, it's gonna be a little bit simple. So, and then yeah. So, if they look alike or you think they're gonna look good together, that is a block palette. That is a block palette. These are just ones right here that look alike. These are ones that look good together. It doesn't matter. A block palette is a block palette. If you want to mix it up, mix it up. If you want to make your build look amazing, make it look amazing. I am not judging you if you want to keep it plain. That is perfectly fine. But if you want to add a little bit of whimsy and a little bit of detail, dimension, use a block palette. And I'm going to show you one more thing. Since I personally believe a block palette is whatever you make of it, I am going to show you my favorite. Now let's just add a little bit there. This is my personal favorite block palette because I love nature. So let's say this is your house. How are we going to fix this? Well, first, let's add a little bit of dimension by throwing in some different blocks. Okay, and so now that that's done, we need a little bit of change. So let's throw a little bit of mossy stone brick, some cracked stone bricks, and we should be good. And now add whatever details you want to that go with the build itself. I have added some greenery, and now I'm going through just like so and adding some details in the same exact color that I did the roof because you want to break up a lot of this oak. Now, if you want even more, I would add some dimensions and do something like this because it adds a little bit of detail. So you do, boom, and it adds detail. Now, it might not look good on every build, but it looks good on certain builds. And now, since this build can pretty much go with anything, I would add some brick to make a chimney. So I might go around here. I'm going to take out this part and just start building up my chimney. Okay, to get some decoration done that looks good with the build, we're going to go with the same block palette yet again. Go with some spruce. Add in some flowers because the flowers are blue and blue looks really good with the darker colors. So we just set some grass down, put some spruce trapdoors, and add some flowers. You can even add some bushes if you wanted to, but I personally don't usually do bushes, but hey, whatever you want to do. So let's just add these in here for people who like them. Boom. But I don't like them, okay? I don't like them. Now let's do a quick little pathway just to make it look nice. Kind of just like go here and there, you know. A little bit more like this. And then I go through and I actually put in some rooted dirt. Put some here and here, and then I go in with some coarse dirt just to give it a bit more dimension. And even this is part of a block palette. It just makes the build look better and, you know, just a bit more put together. I add some stone buttons for like rocks. And boom, you're all set. So I hope this video helped you with your block palettes, your color schemes, and a little bit of decorating on the outside of your house. Hopefully in the next video I can be teaching you how to work on your builds and fix them up. So I will be putting my Discord in the bio, so please message me with anything, with any houses, castles, landscaping tips, anything that you need, I am here. And I will be making a video on it next time. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and Shark loves you. Bye!